Hey, WWE YouTube Nation or YouTube fans, by the way, happy Monday Night Raw Day and happy Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. As WWE fans say, the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania is the biggest Raw of the year. And before we get into all of that in this episode, I have two words to say to you guys, and those two words are thank you. From the bottom of my heart, guys, I'm so happy that you guys are enjoying the channel, enjoying the excitement, enjoying the chaos, enjoying everything. I gotta just say that, a few months ago, I had to take a little break from the channel. I don't know if many of you guys know the story. And when I came back, it was about 19 days of being absent. And when I came back after those 19 days, and I apologized for why I had to take a break, guys, I did not hear any negativity. All I heard was the support and the love I never thought I would get. I thought you guys would be mad at me that I took 19 days off to deal with some stuff. And that was one of the biggest fears I had in those 19 days was having you guys upset, not wanting to tune in. And I got the total opposite. And I literally, from the bottom of my heart, I sincerely appreciate that. And it really, really, truly means a lot. And so I just wanted to say, guys, right off the bat, thank you guys for all that love, all that support. I think we're going to have a fun time together. We always have a fun time together on this channel. But what you guys are the ones that determine how great this channel is. I do the YouTube videos, but you guys are the heroes of the channel. You guys are the ones that are at the end of every single day of the year. You're my boss, and you don't treat me like anything. You treat me like family. And I gotta say, guys, you treat me like I'm your brother, your sister, your best friend. And that's not the case with every podcaster or YouTuber. So literally, guys, thank you. I love you guys so much. And let's get started as we talk about the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 42. But before we get into all of that, I want to know what you guys thought of WrestleMania 42 down below in the comment section. Okay, guys, so we kicked off Monday Night Raw tonight with the ruler of the WWE, Oba. And I got to be honest with you guys, I said this, last night, if Oba Femi defeated the Conqueror and the Beast of the WWE, Brock Lesnar, then he would become the ruler of the WWE. But you know what, guys? We are going to take a step back. We are going to talk about the ruler of the WWE at another point. Our first match of the night was out of the women's division, and it would be the team of the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane taking on Io Sky and the new women's champion, the Eradicator Rhea Ripley. Now, the past couple of weeks, Io Sky, has tried everything to get to Kairi Sane, trying to tell Kairi that, hey, you don't deserve to be treated like this. At one point, Io Sky was trying to tell Kairi Sane, I don't think, Asuka loves you. Because when you even mess up a teeny tiny bit, Asuka is chewing you out. You seek for her approval. And she's just trying to tell, that's not Kairi Sane I know. Asuka is trying to manipulate you, make you feel bad, make you feel afraid when you mess up. And over and over again, you see Io Sky trying to do this. And, there's a part of me that actually believes that Kairi Sane believes Io Sky is right. But Kairi Sane is meant by fear of Asuka. And that, that 1 inch of fear is the reason Kairi Sane will not leave Asuka. And it took a long time. I remember when Io Sky was in the Kabuki Warriors, and it took time before Io Sky literally had to leave and find her own way. And I feel like, Asuka, and hey, I will be very honest with you, at the end of the day, we all know how much Asuka has meant to Io Sky and Kairi Sane, flat out, okay? But at the end of the day, guys, I said this last week on Raw Highlight, at the end of the day, it's like a domestic violence abuse situation. Io Sky is afraid of Asuka, and until Kairi Sane, Kairi Sane, it's not Io Sky, it's Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is afraid of Asuka, and until Kairi Sane can step up and leave Asuka, she is not going to get treated any different. And the more and more Kairi Sane stays with Asuka, it's just going to be manipulation each and every single time. But that was the opening match of Monday Night Raw. And boy, did it not disappoint, guys. I will be very honest with you guys, though. I saw one thing. I saw Kairi Sane trying to, ask for Asuka's approval a lot more in the match than I'm used to. I really, really noticed that a lot, and I wanted to take a moment and just say, wow. I actually saw heading into the match that all Kairi Sane was trying to do is find approval from Asuka. And, I kind of even rolled my eyes, watching Monday Night Raw, with my sister in the garage. And my sister is a big fan of Kairi Sane, which, you know what? I actually approve of that. I really do, because I think Kairi Sane is at least one of the most overlooked and underrated superstars in the women's division. When she is on her A game, she is phenomenal. To use the term of the phenomenal WWE Hall of Famer AJ Styles. But, this is a different Kairi Sane. This is a Kairi Sane that is afraid of Asuka, and no one should be afraid, of the tag team partner. But, then Kairi Sane made one mistake, and bippity boppity boo, it cost her everything. Rio would get the win, and Kairi Sane would continue getting the wrath from Asuka. Let me ask you guys something. Do you believe Kairi Sane at any point is going to finally have to stand up to Asuka and leave? Because hey, Asuka is never going to treat Kairi Sane fairly. Okay, we all know that. Okay, so, but I you know what? I felt bad for Kairi Sane. I really did. And I really think Io Sky felt bad for Kairi Sane as well. But that was the match to kick off Monday Night Raw tonight. All right, guys, our next match was out of the men's division. And the reason I have the NXT background here is because this next match, these two gentlemen at one point had a tremendous rivalry down in NXT, and they renewed the rivalry on the Raw after WrestleMania, guys. Just less than 24 hours after a brutal, and I mean brutal, Intercontinental Championship ladder match, Javon Evans was back in action, and he was renewing a rivalry with one individual that he may have had the best rivalry with down in NXT, and that is a guy that he calls his shots every single time, and he must have very good luck. You know, I think Danhausen needs to curse this one individual, and that is All Ego Ethan Page. Seriously, I think Danhausen needs to curse Ethan Page. Anywho, guys, long story short, guys, like I said, this young OG, Javon Evans, beyond phenomenal, okay, on the main roster, but Ethan Page is one guy that when he says he is going to go out and do something, bippity boppity boo, he goes out and does it every single time. Anywho, guys, Ethan Page taking on Javon Evans, and boy, did these two men make a great matchup. These two men renewing a rivalry, and if you guys are not very familiar with All Ego Ethan Page, well, tonight was the night to get introduced to him, guys. This guy has a bright future in the WWE, whether you like the guy or you don't like the guy. I'm just going to leave it right there, guys. But you know what? There was one thing that the young OG, Javon Evans, could not prepare for, and that is the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev. Last night at WrestleMania, Javon Evans hit one of the most stunning and awesome OG on Rusev, and less than 24 hours later, the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, did not forget, guys. He would even try to interfere during the matchup, guys, and you know, that's one thing Javon Evans did not need on the Raw after WrestleMania. But unfortunately, if it was not for the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, then I think Javon Evans would have defeated All Ego Ethan Page. But there's no way he could when you have Rusev at ringside. And you know, guys, got to be very honest with you, with his first match on Monday Night Raw, All Ego Ethan Page defeated Javon Evans. I'm going to say Javon Evans, the young OG, has a bright future. Actually, both of these men have a bright future in the WWE, guys. But thanks a lot to the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, the young OG, fell short of All Ego Ethan Page. And the only person I could really think of that is a big fan of All Ego Ethan Page is Chelsea Green. But, you know, no offense to Chelsea Green, but maybe the only person in all of professional wrestling that is going to salute Chelsea Green is All Ego Ethan Page. because both of them are from Canada. But literally, what a great performance by All Ego, Ethan Page. It really doesn't matter what you think of the guy. The guy has a bright future in the WWE, and we will get back to All Ego, Ethan Page in just a little bit. All right, guys, so now we're going to talk about a matchup. We are introducing the new Women's World Champion representing the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan. So we all know what happened, guys. Liv Morgan at WrestleMania became the new and once again Women's World Champion when she beat La Primera Stephanie Vaquero, and she was celebrating with the entire Judgment Day crew like it was her show, her ring, and her title. Actually, she literally did say those three things on Raw tonight. But what was really interesting is somebody from NXT decided to come out and interrupt her, but didn't want to come out and interrupt her in a disrespectful manner, but literally wanted to come out and to congratulate her on beating La Primera of Stephanie Vaquero. That person from NXT was Sol Ruca. Now, if you guys have not seen Sol Ruca compete in a WWE ring, you were talking about someone that is like, it's really three things, and those three things are, oh my God! Like, that is the amount of talent Sol Ruca has. And without a doubt, Sol Ruca is a future Women's World Champion in her own right. Literally, because she wanted to be a stunt double. Growing up, before she went to WWE, she wanted to be nothing more than a stunt double. And literally, guys, she is beyond phenomenal, okay? I don't even think there's anybody in all of WWE in the women's division that is as gifted, talented, high-flying, and amazing as Sol Ruca. That just says it for itself there, okay? But anyway, guys, Sol Ruca getting the opportunity on Monday Night Raw to have a match with the new Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan. Of course, she would have to worry about the other two ladies at ringside of the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. But you know what? Sol Ruca did one thing that was awesome in the match, okay? Liv Morgan was going for her finisher, Oblivious. And Sol Ruca, on the bippity-boppity-boo, landed on the top of her head, countered the Oblivious, and literally sent the entire WWE Universe into a, oh my God, moment. When is the last time you have seen someone like Sol Ruca in a WWE ring, yet alone in the women's division? I literally have a hard time. I'm not talking about power or strength. I'm talking about the high-flying ability, the talent, the excitement, the shock of every time she puts herself in a WWE ring. That is literally what I'm talking about. So, guys, I just gotta say, whether Sol Ruca ends up on the Monday Night Raw roster or goes to SmackDown, whatever show she ends up on, it's going to be something special for that show. You know, Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, one of them are going to have to do something with Sol Ruca, because literally, guys, when it comes to NXT, she is one of the great on NXT, if not one of the best. And she doesn't need a title to even prove that. Okay? But despite it, guys, Sol Ruca would be taking the new Women's World Champion Liv Morgan to the absolute limit, guys. But she would fall short thanks to her former best friend, Zarya. Zarya would interfere during the match when the referee did not see it and laid her out, guys. And then bippity boppity boo, oblivious again. Sol Ruca was definitely not kicking out of that, guys. And Liv Morgan wins the matchup, guys. But I will be very honest with you guys. Sol Ruca took the new Women's World Champion to the absolute limit, guys. And I like I just said, guys, someone is going to have to sign Sol Ruca to the main roster. But now, unfortunately for Sol Ruca, she will be having to turn her attention to Zarya. They battle tomorrow night on NXT in a last women standing matchup. But guys, if you guys could decide what show Sol Ruca goes to, what would it be? Would it be Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown? You guys definitely let me know down below in the comment section. All right, guys, we are going to end this episode with breaking news out of WWE and breaking news out of Monday Night Raw. I said earlier in the episode that Ethan Page, we would talk about him again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Page is now officially the newest member of Monday Night Raw. So congratulations to Ethan Page, guys. The one thing I love about the Raw after WrestleMania, guys, is it's chaotic. Literally anything can happen. You see a lot of the talent from NXT getting their opportunity to shine on the red brand. Guys, I mean, that's what makes the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania so unpredictable and pure awesome. So, again, guys, Ethan Page, again, in his Monday Night Raw debut, defeats the young OG, Javon Evans. But welcome to the flagship show of Monday Night Raw, Mr. Ethan Page. And like I said, he may have renewed an old rivalry from NXT tonight, but I will be very honest with you, do not underestimate or overlook Mr. Ethan Page, guys. He has a huge ego, but if he has that huge ego and he can back it up, then there is really nothing we can do about it, you know. So I know it sounds cruel and it sounds mean to say that he has a huge ego, but at the end of the day, guys, he is one of the best of the best. He has proven for a long time on NXT that he is ready for the main roster call-up. And, you know, being on NXT, sometimes it takes certain superstars longer than others, guys. But, you know, Ethan Page is no but Ethan Page, guys, is somewhere down the road, he is going to be the main event of the WWE. And he, you know, right now, guys, he is at least the newest guy on the roster. And there's probably going to be a lot of guys that don't like his ego. But you know what? The one thing he does with his big ego is he calls his shots, and he usually will not miss. So, you know, Ethan Page is someone that when he calls his shot, he does deliver, guys. I know you may not like it, but it's just how it is. So, I just, congratulations go to Ethan Page on that, guys. He's been one of the top guys down in NXT, and you know what? Whether I like him, whether you like him, that doesn't matter, guys. All that matters is he has earned his way to the main roster, and there you guys go. So, but you know what, guys? He had a really good match in his Monday Night Raw debut. He got to take on a guy he had one of the better rivalries with his time in NXT, and he was able to beat him despite the assist from the Bulgarian brute, Rusev. But, you know, Ethan Page, he's already declared the one thing he wants, the Intercontinental Championship.